your breath. If you're seated, please think about your posture. Make sure that your head's on top of the shoulders, that you're not dropping your chin, that you got a nice lumbar curve in your low back. And a nice cervical curve in your neck. And let's please take a deep breath together and we'll Om in. Om. Om Balu Satguru Bhagavan Ki. The divine is the inner teacher. Thanks for being here. This week we're working on, among other things, hips and hamstrings. They go very much together. When you have tight hamstrings, you have tight hips. Usually have tight hips because of tight hamstrings. So that's going to be a focus for today. But we'll warm up our necks like we did last week to start. So take a deep breath in. Turn your head to look right. Inhale. Turn your head all the way around to look left as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head all the way back to the left. Right. Inhale. Exhale as you turn your head to the left. Inhale. Exhale, back to center. Good. Bring your hands together, namaste. Tuck your chin. So bow your head as if you're praying. And then as you lift your head, you're going to open your arms into goddess arms and look up. And then bring your arms back together into prayer hands as you tuck your chin. Open your arms, look up. And again, tuck your chin, namaste hands. And once more time, open as you look up. And then bring the arms down. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, right arm over left, crossing and coming into eagle arms. Take your forearms, push them away from you. Move your forearms slightly to the right and turn your head to look left. Bring your head back to center and your arms back to center. Unravel. Inhale here. Exhale, right ear goes toward the right shoulder. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. Right ear, right shoulder faces forward. Inhale, back to center. Left ear, left shoulder faces forward. And back to center, and then right ear to right shoulder, and pause here with your face directly forward, but your head is tilted. Put your right hand beside your hip, your left arm goes up, and then bring it beside your ear as you laterally bend. Push down into the left sit bone. Open up the ribs. Now, take a deep breath. As you exhale, turn your head to look up to the left. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head all the way down to look to the right. Inhale, bring your head facing center again, forward, facing forward, and then reach up with your arm and let that arm float down as you come back to straight. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist right, left hand on the right leg, right hand behind. Turn to look over your right shoulder. Bring your left ribs around. Pause here for a couple of breaths. Keep your twist. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, slowly turn your head to look over the left shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly turn your head to look back over the right shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, bring everything back to center. Good. Lean back on your hands, bend your knees, bring your feet in front, and let your knees fall to the right. You turn your head to look left, and then bring your knees back to center. Let them fall to the right as you look left as you look right. So windshielding opposite, knees to the head. Knees to the right, look left. Knees to the left, look right. And again, knees to the right, look left. And again, knees to the left, look right. And then bring your knees back to center. Reestablish your Sukhasana with the opposite leg in front that you had, the non-habitual way. Inhale. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, back center. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale, back to center, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale, back to center, right ear to right shoulder. Back to center, left ear to left shoulder. Pause here with your face forward. Left hand goes beside the hip, right arm up. And then see if you can reach it as close to your ear as it'll go. Push down in the right sit bone. Keep your face forward. And breathe. And then take a deep breath. Turn your head to look up to the right. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head to look down to the left. Inhale. Exhale as you bring your head forward, your face forward, and then lift up with your arm and come back to center. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the left, right hand to the left leg, left hand behind. Pause here for a couple breaths. Inhale. Keep your twist as you exhale, bring your head all the way around to look over the right shoulder. Keeping the chin parallel. Don't allow the chin to drop. Inhale here. Exhale, turn your head all the way to look to the left shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale, come all the way back to center. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, left arm on top of right arm this time, coming into your eagle arms. Push your forearms away from you so you can feel your shoulder blades open. Scoot your forearms slightly to the right and look to the left. Okay, head comes to center, arms come to center, unravel. Shake it all out. And then please come into staff pose, Dandasana. If you have a belt, if you have a strap, please grab it in case you want to use it. No, Dandasana, sorry. Dandasana, staff pose. Pelvis tilted forward, neutral lower back. Bring your shoulders forward, up and down. Keep the toes pointed up. Bring the belly in. Relax here for a couple of breaths. So you're in exactly an L shape here. So this is the beginning of a stretch to our hamstrings. If you really flex your feet and pull your heels towards you, you'll be able to feel the backs of your legs a little more. Keep the chest open and the shoulders down. Now bring your arms up overhead. Keep the feet flexed. Now lift your shoulder blades so that your hands go up even more. Good. Take a couple of breaths here. Exhale, bring your arms all the way back down. Bend your right knee. Keep your left foot flexed. Left arm hugs the right knee in. Inhale, right arm forward. Exhale, twist. Plant the hand behind you. Shift your left hip forward slightly so your pelvis moves with the twist. Now, as you're twisting, think about a vertical spine, not leaning backwards, and keeping the head on top of the shoulders. Your head is turning, but it's turning on top of the shoulders. So if you think your chin is jutting forward, bring it back on over your shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, keep your twist, but just turn your head to look over the left shoulder. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head to look back to the right. Inhale. Exhale, turn your body back to center. Keep your knee bent, but let your knee fall out to the side. So this is a hip opener here, Janu Sirsasana. This is where if you have a strap and you want to use it for a little bit of leverage on your foot. But before you come forward, make sure that you have your pelvis tilted forward so that you have that lower curve in your lower back. You don't want to round. Turn your body to the left, then come forward from the hip crease down toward your legs, using the belt if you like. Keep your pelvis tilting forward. And then relax here. So we're getting a hip opener on one side, the right side, hamstring stretch on the left. This is a great pose because, as I said, hamstrings and hips go hand in hand. And this is called Janu Sirsasana, translated into head to knee pose. Every time you exhale, maybe go a little deeper. Try to think about keeping your head in line with the spine and don't let your chin drop here. And then release, and then please come back upright. Return to your Dandasana. Plant your hands one on either side of in front of your hips right here. Keep your feet flexed, knees up. Keep your pelvis tilted forward. And just lean forward a little bit and then come back upright. And then lean forward and then back upright. And once more, lean forward. Keep your pelvis tilted and come back upright. Good. Bend your left knee into your chest. Right arm grabs the left knee. Inhale, left arm forward. Exhale, twist. Plant the left hand behind you. Scoot your right hip forward a little bit. Keep the right foot flexed. And breathe. Think about your head being on top of the shoulders. Once again, we have a lot of us have a tendency to jut our chin forward, which is not a natural cervical curve in your neck. Inhale. Exhale, keep your twist, but turn your head to look to the right. Inhale. Exhale, turn your head back to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, turn your body back to center. Keep your knee bent. Let the knee fall to the side. If you're using your strap, get it around the left foot, right foot. Before you come forward, tilt your pelvis forward, put that arch in your low back, turn your body, and then come forward from your hip crease. And then relax into the stretch. Just let it happen. Again, try not to tuck your chin and drop your head here. Just think about a straight line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. And breathe. And every time you exhale, maybe you can relax a little bit more. please slowly come back upright. Come back to Dandasana. Bring the strap around both feet. And establish your perfect posture here with your pelvis tilted forward, neutral lower back, shoulders down, nice L shape here. Then come forward from your hip crease. You can have your knees micro bent if you like, or if you want to bend your knees a lot, you can still get a nice hamstring stretch with bent knees. And then just come forward and relax. Every time you exhale, get a little deeper, maybe in the stretch. Okay, slowly come back upright, release your belt. Now bring the soles of your feet together. And then take your hands and just hold on to your feet and let your knees fall out to the side. Keep your pelvis tilted forward. Now, with the pelvis tilted forward, maybe you can lean forward a little bit, maybe not very much, but if you can, that'll enhance the hip opening of the stretch here. If you want, you can put your elbows on your thighs like I like to do to push them down even more, but only do what your body lets you do here. Couple more breaths. And then come back up, bring your knees together, and then swing your legs to one side and come into table. Have blocks handy if you're using blocks. And pad your knees accordingly. I see younger and younger people doing yoga with knees being padded because they're smart. They want to save their knees when they're young instead of waiting until they ruin their knees and then try to save them. Flat back, perfect table. Inhale. Exhale, sit back toward your heels slowly as you exhale. Make the breath last, stretching the spine, greasing your hinges. Inhale slowly through the nose. Make the breath last as you come back to table. Exhale slowly as you come into your cat. Tuck the chin, tuck the toes under, flex the spine. So this is a flexion of your neck and a flexion of your spine. Now, inhale slowly as you untuck everything, drop your belly down, come into your cow pose, extending your spine long. So your tailbone's up and back, your belly's down, your head's forward. And then exhale all the way back to your heels. Inhale back to table. Exhale as your right arm twists open to the right. And then turn your head to look up. Inhale. Exhale, let that hand come down. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right knee into your chest, tuck your chin and bring your nose to your knee and just hold that flexion for just a second, a breath or two. And then kick the leg back. Touch the toes down and walk your toes to the left. So we're going to do our cattail swings here. So we're going to turn our head from left to right as we move our foot from left to right. So pick up your foot, swing it all the way over perpendicular to the right side of your body, touch it down and look to the right. Pick the foot up, cat swing the tail all the way to the left, turn your head to look to the left. Pick up the foot, swing right, look right. Pick up the foot, swing left, look left. Once more, pick up the foot, swing right, look right, toes come down. Lift, we're going to do a couple of leg lifts here. So lift the leg and then touch the toes down. Lift, touch down, lift, touch down, lift, touch down. Once more, touch down, and once more, touch down. Keep it down this time. Plant your foot flat, toes facing forward. Walk your hands to the left, line up your left hand with your left knee with your right foot, and then bring your right arm up, reaching toward the ceiling. Ardha Mandalasana. Now we're going to rotate our shoulders. Be careful if you have sore shoulders. You don't want to make the circle so big, but we're going to go forward in front of our face and then down and then up and back. If that bothers your shoulders, just make a smaller circle instead of such a big one. And then follow with your head so your neck gets into this routine too. Look at your hand as it comes up and down. And then pause when you get back to 12 o'clock. Good. Push into your left hand, come on up to starting gate. We're going to do Parigasana gate pose a couple of different ways. We're going to start with our foot pointing forward and our foot flat on the mat. This time take your right hand onto the right hip crease and then lean over. Keep the shoulder back, face forward. Pull back up, bring the hands back to your hips. Turn the foot now away from you, the right foot away from you. If your foot can't be flat on the mat, that's okay. You can keep your toes pointing up. So either toes up or toes down, but your foot is pointing away from you. Okay, this time the left arm comes back up, right hand slides down the leg into our gate pose. Same thing here, you want the shoulder back, don't lean forward. Good. And your face is forward. Inhale back up. Come back to your starting gate, pivot your foot forward. Take a deep breath here. Exhale, bring your hands down. Bring your knee in. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, sit back to your heels. Inhale, back to table, slowly. Exhale, cat back, make the breath last. Flexing the spine. Inhale, cow pose. Push the shoulders back, head forward, tailbone up, belly down. Exhale all the way back to your heels. Inhale, back to table. Exhale, left arm up to the side and up to the ceiling. One more breath here. And then bring that arm back down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, left knee comes into your chest. Flex the spine, nose to knee. Pause for a breath or two in this flexion. Inhale as you kick your leg back. Bring the toes down to the mat and walk them to the right. So we're gonna do our cat-tail swings again, moving our head with our foot. Pick up the foot, swing left, look left. Pick up the foot, swing right, look right. Pick up the foot, swing left, look left. Pick up the foot, swing right, look right. Pick up the foot, swing left, look left. Once more, pick up the foot, swing right, look right. And then this time you're going to pick up the foot, swing left, plant the foot. Good. And then we'll do our leg raises on this side. So up with the left leg and then down, up and then down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This time plant your foot. Toes forward, you're lining up your foot with your knee, walking your hands to the right, plant your right hand, and your left arm comes up toward the ceiling. You can also use blocks here. I failed to tell you, but you could use a block here for your hand. But you probably knew that already. Okay, shoulder rotations. Slowly bring the arm forward, down, and up, following with your eyes so that your neck gets the movement as well. And again, and again, And again, and park your hand at 12 o'clock, reach up and come into your starting gait. Hands overhead, toes pointing forward. Gate pose number 1, hand comes into the hip crease on the left, and then you lean over, keeping the arm by the ear, keeping the shoulder back. Avoid trying to lean forward. Good. Except your toes should be pointing forward, but that's okay. Okay. All right. Arms back up, hands on hips for a moment. Now, pivot your toes away from you. And again, if your foot doesn't come to the mat, that's okay. You can keep your toes up. And right arm comes back up. Left arm slides down the leg into our gate pose on this side. So there's a little bit of difference in these two foot positions. You can feel more of a groin opener on this one. Inhale all the way back up, both hands. Point the toes back forward, and more of a hip flexor thing when your toes are pointing forward. Inhale, exhale, hands come down. Knee comes in. And I think I remembered to do everything I wanted to do there. So from here, we're going to come into downward facing dog. And pause in your dog for a couple of breaths. So this is really good for everything. Everything's getting stretched here. Bend the knee so your spine gets nice and long. Use blocks, I highly recommend, if you want to get weight off of your wrists. Roll the shoulders out by pushing your forearms toward each other and spread the fingers wide, putting weight in all the 10 fingers. And then walk up to the hands. And then please slowly come up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms in a T. Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana, mountain pose. And breathe. Think about your posture here. Perfect mountains. Okay, if you want to use blocks, have your blocks handy within reach. So we're going to do a little bit of a flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come into chair pose. So this is strengthening your legs and your hips and your core, your torso. Inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Inhale. Exhale, right foot steps back to your high lunge. Hands can be on blocks or mat here, one on either side of the foot. If you're using blocks, make sure the blocks are beside the feet, not in front. So stabilize your root here. Put weight into both feet. Your back heel is up, but you got weight into the ball of that foot. Your front knee is over the ankle, and then level your hips. Sometimes the tendency is to cock the hip to one side. In my case, it's to the left side here. So try to keep your hips level. And put weight into the right hand, twist open to the left. Now bring that hand back down on block or mat. Now take your left toes and point them away from you and walk your foot about 3 inches to the left. So the toes are diagonal. You're opening this hip a little bit more. And then we're going to raise our left arm again up toward the ceiling. Just a little bit different of a stretch here. Bring the hand back down, bring the knee down, the back knee down, and walk your left foot forward so that we can come into our lizard pose from here. So this is where your blocks can come in handy to put your forearms on the blocks, or you can just stay up on your hands, or you can come on down to your forearms on the mat, whatever suits your body. So the only thing I caution is not to have too acute of an angle in your left leg. You want a little bit of a wider angle because it's less stress on the knee and it's more into the hip. So the foot should be either equal with your head or in front of your head. Please, if you're down on your forearms, come back up to your hands. Walk your foot back. Bring your knee in. And then downward facing dog. Come forward to plank. Upward facing dog. Your knees can come down or not. If you can uncurl your toes, push down in the tops of your feet, do that. If not, then don't. Downward facing dog. And either walk up to your hands here or inhale, kick your right leg up. Exhale, swing it up between your hands and step up. And then please slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms to the T. Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. So here you don't have an arch in your back, your tailbone's down. You look down and see the tippy toes, tops of your toenails. Sit as deep as you can here. Breathe. If your shoulders bother you, you can bring your arms down further. Yoga is supposed to be body friendly and it gives you a chance to explore your body to see what your limitations are. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come down. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot steps back to a high lunge. So ground your feet here. Get your body stable before we move it. Stabilization before mobilization. Level the hips. Weight in the back heel so that you can feel your back leg, your quads and your hamstrings. Weight goes in the left hand and right arm reaches up to the right, to the ceiling. One more breath here and then let the hand come back down. Now we're going to walk your right foot out 3 inches and point the right toes out to the corner of the mat. And then we'll reach up again with the right arm into our twist. So maybe you feel just a little bit more of that hip opening. You can even move your knee out toward the right as you do this. One more breath. Hand comes down on the inside of that foot. Knee comes down. And then we'll come into the lizard pose, walking the foot slightly forward and out, coming onto your forearms with or without blocks, or stay up on your hands if you like. Okay, please walk your foot back. Come back into your table. Push into downward facing dog. Shift forward into full plank with or without blocks. You can still use your blocks here. And then upward facing dog. Knees can come down or not. Bring the shoulders back, neck nice and long here. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot kicks up behind. Exhale, swing it up between the hands. And then step up. Slowly come on up. Inhale. Exhale. Arms in the T. Anjali Mudra. And Tadasana, mountain pose. And rest for a breath or two. Make sure that your chest is open and that your neck is long. Pretend there's a string pulling your head up to the ceiling, stretching your skeleton along with it. The entire skeleton, the entire back muscle, back skeleton, bones, vertebra. That's what I'm trying to say, your vertebra. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold all the way down. Step the right foot back and bring the right knee down. Level up the front knee over the ankle, and then bring your arms forward and up into Anjali Asana. So the further back your right knee is, the more of a quad stretch you're going to get in that leg. Do what your body allows you to do. Inhale, open arms in a T. Exhale, twist to the right. Flip your front hand up, palm up, bring it over your head. Your back hand flips down and wraps around your back as you lean into your arm, and then turn to look back. So this is an all-purpose pose as well. You're getting your neck stretched, your hips open, your hamstrings. Bring your hand back forward, both hands forward and up. Arms in a T. Inhale. Exhale, hands together into your heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, twist left. See if you can hook your right elbow on the outside of your left leg. All right, see if you can now steady up your gaze so you can lift your right knee up so you're in your high twisted lunge. Really good. Okay, keep the twist. Bring the right hand down to the mat, left arm up toward the ceiling. We were just here a minute ago. Inhale here. Exhale, hand comes down, step back to full plank. Upward facing dog. Downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, swing it up. And then step up. Slowly rise up. Inhale. Exhale, arms in the T. Anjali Mudra. Tadasana. Rest for a breath or two. Inhale up. Exhale, bend knees forward. Inhale here. Exhale, left foot steps back. Left knee comes down. And then steady up your right knee over the ankle. And then arms forward and up into Anjali Asana, low crescent lunge. Again, if you want more of a quad stretch, just scoot the left knee back. Open arms in a T, inhale. Exhale, twist to the left. Right palm up over your head, left hand down around your back, and turn your head to look to the back. Unwind, come back forward, inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands together. Come into heart center, inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right, look, hook the left elbow to the right thigh. Find a gaze so that you can balance and lift your knee. Good. Now, keep your twist. Bring your left hand to the mat. Right arm comes up to the ceiling. Good. and step back to plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up. Exhale, swing it up between your hands and step up. And slowly rise up. There we go. And Tadasana. All downhill from here. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Step back to downward facing dog. And then the knees come down, sit back to child pose. Okay, please come onto your backs with your head facing toward me. I said it's all downhill from here, but I do want to do one little core exercise. So you won't be able to see me. Well, if you're on Zoom, you can see me, but those here. So I'm going to be very explicit on what to do. Bend your knees. Feel how your spine is neutral right now, that you have a little teeny bit of space in your low back between the low back and the mat. That's your neutral spine. Not much, everybody's different, but it's not flat. Yeah. So straighten your left leg. Bring the right knee into the chest as you clasp your fingers around your right shin. Inhale here. Exhale, flex, tuck your chin, bring your head to your knee, and now your back is going to go into the mat. So there's no more curve in your low back. Stay here. Lift your left foot about 8 inches off the mat. And now let go of your right shin. Bring your fingers behind your head so you're supporting your head. Don't pull on your head. Just use your fingers as a little bit of a support so you're not cringing your neck. And then very slowly, keep your back pushed into the mat as you straighten your right leg to meet your left foot. Keep your back pushed into the mat. Okay, now bring both knees into your chest, roll your spine down, head comes back down. Good. Straighten your legs so that the soles of your feet are pointing to the ceiling. Reach up with your hands, pick your head off the mat, and see if you maybe even can touch your toes, but you're reaching for your toes here. Good. And then roll the spine back down, re-bend your knees, hug them into your chest, roll on your spine. Feet come back to the mat. Neutral back for a moment, just rest your back. Right leg extends long. Left knee comes into the chest, clasp your fingers around your left shin, and now your low back is flat on the mat. Inhale. Pick up your head and bring your nose to your knee. Keep your back down on the mat. Good. From here, raise your right foot about 8 inches. Keep your left knee bent, let go of it, and bring your fingers behind your head and just support your head. Keep your body flexed here and keep your back in the mat. Now slowly straighten the left leg to meet your right. Now, if your back starts popping off the mat, all you need to do is raise your feet up higher. Good. Then the knees into your chest as you roll your spine back down. Head rests down, legs come up toward the ceiling, soles of your feet toward the ceiling. And then you're going to reach up with your hands as if you're going to touch your toes, or maybe you can touch your toes. Roll the spine back down, bend the knees into your chest, hug both knees in, roll around on your spine. Very good. And bring both feet back to the mat. Grab a block, lift your hips, and either do supported bridge, putting your sacrum on the block, keeping your feet on the mat, or if you like, everybody's favorite is floating your legs up, waterfall. Please lift your hips, bring your legs down, lift your hips, remove your block. And walk your feet together, soles of the feet come together, let your knees fall out to the sides in Supta Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. Let gravity gently open the groin area. So I'm going to keep your feet together and bring them up towards your chest so that you can grab the ankles of your feet. Yeah, good. Keep your left knee bent, straighten your right leg, and maybe take your hand and put it to the outside of the right foot as you straighten the right leg. Yeah, happy baby, good. Or you can do it on the inside too. Okay, rebend the right leg. And now we're going to straighten the left leg, grabbing the outside of the left foot.
Yeah, with which hand? The left hand?
Yeah, your left hand. Oh, sorry, left hand, yes. Okay, keep your left leg where it is, and maybe now straighten your right leg also. Bend your knees as you do this, and try to bring your feet toward your feet toward the mat, or your knees towards your armpits is what I'm trying to say. Knees come towards your armpits. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Bring your feet back together and slowly bring them back to the mat. And bring your arms to a T, keep your knees bent. Pick up your hips, move them 2 inches to the left. Bend your knees, fall to the right. And then head turns to the left. Head comes to center, knees come to center, hips back to center. Shift your bottom 2 inches to the right, knees fall to the left, and head turns to the right. Head comes back to center. Knees back to center, hips back to center, and whatever you would like to do to release anything that you have left in tension and come into Shavasana. Please focus on your breath. Allow your breathing to slow down. Please bring your awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breathing as you make small movements to gently wake up your body. And now please slowly bend your knees toward your chest and roll onto your right side in a fetal position to seal the practice. And now please very slowly, keeping a quiet mind, push up to seated. And please join me with the closing chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May the entire universe be filled with peace and joy, love and light. Victory to the Cat Rock Yoga class and to the inner teacher. Jai Shri Satguru Maharaj Ki Jai. Knuckles to my forehead honors God. Knuckles to my chin honors you. Knuckles to my heart honors myself. Namaste. And Jai Yogis and Jai Sue.